Hey guys,
Welcome to Captain Cook News.
I'm one of your hosts, Lillian. This is Ella. We're going to be interviewing her today, and let's get going.
Our top story, Captain Cook sets out on a voyage with his close friend Daniel Solander, a Swedish student of Linnaeus, working in the natural history collections of the British Museum, to join him on the Endeavour expedition. Setting out from London, the expedition stopped briefly at Madeira, a small Portuguese island in the Atlantic Ocean, and then continued to Rio de Janeiro on the eastern coast of Brazil.
Botanists Joseph Banks and Daniel Solander had the opportunity to collect plants from previously unexplored habitats, returned with a collection of plant specimens, including an estimated 100 new families and 1,000 new species of plants, many of which are currently housed in the U.S. National Herbarium.
In just a moment, we will be interviewing one of our witnesses. Okay, Evie, what was something Captain Cook and his friends accomplished on their voyage?
Banks and Solander collected over 250 plant species, including the orchids and the flowering plant, in the first extensive botanical study in Calanthians.
Were there any major setbacks?
Yes, the first major setback was Portuguese Governor Dom Antonio Rolim de Moratava refused to allow anyone from the Andover to come on land except to acquire necessities.
How did the voyage come to an end?
The Andover stopped for 9 days at the bay on the coast of Australia, where, according to Banks, the expedition's plant collection became so immensely large that it was necessary that some extraordinary care should be taken of them, lest they should spoil. Cook decided to name the place Botany Bay in honor of their extensive discoveries.
The second story is Cook's second voyage.
In 1773, accompanied by naturalists, astronomers, and artists, Cook made his first crossing of the Antarctic Circle, saying he'd been further south than any other human.
During a voyage of 100,000 kilometers, Cook sailed south of the Antarctic Circle on 3 occasions. He provided the southern landmass, which was neither as large nor as habitable as he once thought. He discovered several islands along the Scotia Arc while initiating the commercial interest that underpinned much of the focus on Antarctica over the next 150 years.
The 2 ships that were taken on this voyage were named the Resolution and the Adventure, were fitted out for the expedition. There were 193 men that were a part of this expedition.
Now we will be moving on.
I'm here with Ella. When Cook was promoted to captain in 1771, what was his new task given to him?
He was asked to take on another voyage to the Pacific to search for elusive southern continent. He would operate from 2 fixed bases where sources of food, wood, and water were reliable: Matavai Bay, Tahiti, and Queen Charlotte Sound, New Zealand. This voyage would be a vast open ocean sweep circling the globe in the easterly direction.
What did he discover on his second voyage?
He discovered several islands along the Scotia Arc while initiating the commercial interests that underpinned much of the focus of Antarctica over the next 150 years.
While Cook was gone, what happened at home with his family?
After Cook was absent for 3 years, he returned home and his wife told him that his youngest son Joseph had died. After a while, he had learned that his only daughter Elizabeth had succumbed just recently while he was heading home from the Cape. His oldest sons, ages 8 and 7, James and Nathaniel, were fortunately fine.
How did the second voyage come to an end?
It came to an end because it was successful. The expedition crossed the Antarctic Circle, sailing further south than any ship before. Cook also proved that no continent existed in the temperature latitudes by exploring the predicted locations where it was thought to be.
Taking a short break before the third voyage, let's go over the visual map of his voyages. The first voyage of Captain James Cook was the Endeavour from 1768 to 1771. Cook set sail for Plymouth in August of 1768. Tahiti was the first major destination where he established an observatory to observe the 1769 transit of Venus across the sun. Soon after, he set sail for New Zealand and Australia in 1770. The second voyage of James Cook was the Resolution from 1772 to 1775. He searched the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean, crossing the Antarctic Circle 3 times and proving that no large temperate continent existed. He visited New Zealand, the Tonga Islands, the Marquesas, the Society Islands, the Caledonia, Easter Island, and reached the southern Indian Ocean and waters south of the Atlantic. Captain Cook's final voyage was the Resolution from 1776 to 1779. On his third and final voyage, James Cook's mission was to find the fabled Northwest Passage, a sea route connecting the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. He traveled deep into the Pacific, reaching locations previously unknown to Europeans before heading to the Arctic.
Now we're moving on to the third voyage of James Cook.
The third expedition was a British-led expedition to find the Northwest Passage, a sea route between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean across North America. Sailing on the Resolution and Discovery, Cook's crew discovered the Hawaiian Islands in 1778, charted the Pacific Northwest coast, and reached the Bering Strait, finding it blocked by ice.
Let's ask Ella some questions about this voyage.
Some key events of Captain Cook's third voyage were the discovery of Hawaii. The ships reached the Hawaiian Islands in 1778, making them the first Europeans to do so. Another key event was the exploration of North America. They sailed north along the North American coast, exploring areas from Oregon to Alaska and passing through the Bering Strait into the Arctic Ocean, where they were blocked by pack ice.
What two ships were included in this voyage?
The two ships included were the HMS Discovery and the HMS Resolution. These two ships explored North America throughout Captain Cook's third voyage.
How did this voyage come to an end?
Clark then took over the expedition and tried once more to sail through the Bering Strait, but again had to turn back. He died on the Siberian coast, May 22nd, 1779.
Thank you. I'm here with Daly. Tell us about the death of Captain Cook.
After returning to Hawaii for the winter, a series of conflicts with the local inhabitants led to Cook being killed in February 1779.
Thank you, Daly.
And that wraps up our newscast over the voyages of Captain James Cook, an explorer whose voyages changed the course of exploration forever.
Thanks for joining us on this journey through the life and legacy of a true explorer for now.
This is Ella.
Lillian.
And Madison, signing off from Captain Cook News.